not turn the lights off completely. I'm just wondering, we're just testing now. How is this?
Fine.
Is that fine? Or does you need more light or less light? Less light? Okay. Alright, is the projector on? The projector's not on. Can we have the projector on, please?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of
Not yet. When you sit down, if I know
I'm sure you were.
I like the way you're throwing all your
we do. I just still sorting myself out. You like that? You see it?
Alright, I'm just going to give you guys like five minutes transition to like eat a little thing, and I'll just leave you with that image. And if you can just turn the lights down a little bit, just for a few minutes, just so people can just mellow. And what we'll do, we'll introduce this young man here. He's one of the prize students, I would say prodigy, of Galactic Clyde. I've actually listened, you know this man, I know this man for a long time, but I didn't know it was him until I saw him. And then I was sitting in a friend's yard and they were saying, this guy is really good, he talk about metaphysics and blah blah. And when you turn it on, I see my man talking. I thought, yeah. And I actually listened, I thought, yeah, big thing.
Give back.
Yeah. Okay. So. Unification of our children. Unification of our children. Unification of our children. Unification of our children, Sankofa redefined the cultivation. Release the mental blockage, emotional reparation. Give up stimulation from sensation, being burnt out through limitation of one shallow shore thinking. Sega, Nintendo, PlayStation, simulation, force fed at the speed of blinking. Now, bring back the depth of the fourth dimension, our mind, time. Deep like the bottomless pit, endless, unlimited, undefined, unrefined. Remember, we were once seamen near our mother's womb swimming. Don't think of ships sinking or people drowning. Remember, we were once seamen near our mother's womb swimming. Don't think of ships sinking or people drowning. Blackness is where creativity came from, but the less brains logic is afraid of it. All in a state, created by the state it's in. Not relating to the righteousness of the right brain, its mate. It's afraid of recreating. Is that a sin? Is that a sin? Is that a sin?
Yeah.
Someone say yes?
Yes.
Word up. Is that a sin? Man or woman must sow one seed of thought into one soul soil of antimatter. Taking a plunge in, out of sight, of chaotic light, out of white light Saturn. Basking in the blackness of the wholeness of this unification, emitting no plight, no fight, no peace, no war, no day, no night. To be redefined, first one has to be undefined. Right? Right?
Yes.
Erase all definitions to create a new one. Erase by reducing oneself to none. Reduced to subatomical particles, barps and quarks, leading to quantum leaps. Time warps and walks, supernovas, black holes. Wipe the warps, black suns question. What's the difference between shadow and night? What's the difference between vision and light? As we shriek forth to our cosmic relation between solar plexus and helium-hydrogen chemical reaction of the sun. Complex simplified equals stress to peace. Seeing the beast in the beauty and the beauty in the beast. Don't feast when you're fasting. Don't eat fast when you feast. As I said before, it's about creation. The Creator knows all. Admit it. The essence of my rhyme is take time in creating your creation. Give your time at the speed of light. As a star you are, emit it. Emit it. Emit it. On that note, I'm going to introduce the man himself, Israel. Put your hands together, please.
Greetings all, my name is Brother Israel. It's very interesting that this picture has just come up. Just before I was leaving home, I was watching the so-called news. Call it so-called because that's what it is. But they were speaking about in Egypt, there's some looting and gunshots and soldiers all out, and you know it looks like something's about to erupt over there. And they've locked down all the pyramids where the Giza and the Sphinx are, and you know they're talking about they've looted 2 mummies in the museums and everything shut down. They've got, it looks like a war zone, literally. It don't look like no average looting. It looks like something else is about to erupt. We're hearing riots going on in North Africa now, Tunisia and Algeria and all these kind of places. Places where under strict regimes where you wouldn't think that these kind of things are going on. So it's interesting day and time. In terms of, I deal with astrology and looking at the planet alignments, because planets are based on alignments, they form certain geometric patterns. Brothers have been talking about, you know, the patterns of the geometric shapes and how important they are, because every pattern gives out a specific energy. Like Brother was saying as well, the law of correspondence, which was one of the laws of Hermes Tahuti, which they took out of ancient Egypt, out of the ancient chemic libraries, which they speak about. And the laws of correspondences is to do with that energy is always reflected in everything all around us. Stones, trees, plants, fruits, vegetables. You can see that, as the brother said, that if you cut a cabbage, if you cut an apple as well in half, you see geometric shapes. So the planets form geometric shapes in the heavens as well. And these geometric shapes are nothing but reflections of your inner consciousness and your subconsciousness. This is how you could go to an astrologer and an astrologer can do a reading, because he can, basically what he's seeing, the patterns of the skies when you were born, is exactly what's been crystallized in your psychological mind. And you act that out throughout your life. And based on how the planets are still going, they trigger off the moon, the sun, all of these planets go over your planets based on where they were when you were born, and they trigger off certain complexes, fears, strengths, all the hidden stuff starts to come to light. So we're living in very, very interesting times now in terms of the planetary alignments. I'm looking at the planets in terms of in the heavens, and I'll be honest with you, I mean, I'm not that old, but I'm rewinding the clock back 2,000-3,000 years, and I've never seen nothing like it. I'm talking, that's the kind of patterns that are being formed in the heavens. Now, I'm not trying to fight anybody, but it's that day and time to raise that consciousness, just to start being aware. When we talk about consciousness, consciousness is just about being aware. Because we do things on a day-to-day basis, but we're not really aware of what it is that we're doing. We're just going through the motions, because we're used to doing it on the day where we were going to work. You ever go to London Bridge or Liverpool Street, these busy stations? Go there in the morning and just stand up there. I've done it quite a few times, and you just see people just robots, just like the Matrix, exactly how it is. You see, and they just, they're not conscious of, they're just going to work, doing their little typing, yes, yeah, go home 5 o'clock, watch EastEnders. They've got all the programs there, they've got everything set. So sometimes it's for you to just kind of come out of that world, to just kind of look, what am I actually doing? You see. And also, again, this is also what helps with the dream world. Brother's been talking about other dimensions. These other dimensions, although some of you may say, well, where are these other dimensions? And you, but when talking about these other, people going to these other, I'm not going to these other dimensions. You do go. Every time you go to sleep at night, you go to these other dimensions, and you have access to them. The issue is you need to be conscious of what you're doing on a day-to-day basis in order to be conscious of what's going on in the dream world. Because your mind gets used to being lost in the day-to-day, you daydream and all this kind of stuff, let yourself go. So when you go into dream at night, your mind does the same thing. That's when you wake up and you say, oh yeah, I dreamt, but I can't really remember what it was. Because you're in a dream, in another dream, but you're daydreaming. So it's like you're in a double, triple sleep. You see, so it's just about being aware. So again, I do stress the importance of definitely astrology in terms of our children that are being born today now. Start recording their time. Start finding out your times. A lot of people are coming to me now wanting to get their charts done. I'm not saying I don't do it, but it's like, well, I don't know the time. You know, a lot of our people, because of the hidden knowledge, the lost knowledge, they didn't think that was vital. You go to any Chinese man, any Indian man, any Hindu, and you ask them what time they were born, I guarantee you they'll know. They will tell you. They'll tell you, I was born 5:40 in the morning, because it's part of them. It's been entrenched in their culture. It's part of it. It's a very important part of it to know what time of the day that you were born, because the cosmos as we know it, or the earth, or everything is moving. It's non-stop, and everything's reflecting energies in our subconscious. So we've got to know what it is that we're doing. The planet Jupiter has moved into the star sign Aries a few days ago. And the planet Jupiter is to do with expansion. It's to do with spirituality and philosophies, foreign ideologies, foreign cultures. And it's moved into the star sign Aries, which means Aries is the first zodiac sign, which is telling us that this is a new beginning. It's marking the time of a new era. You see. The planet Pluto, which represents decay, destruction, transformation, is going through the sign of Capricorn. Is there any Capricorns in there? Early Capricorn.
Me?
Early Capricorn?
I'm a Capricorn.
Early, when I say early, so let me rephrase that. In terms of, are you a December Capricorn or January?
December.
December the
24th.
24th. That's early. That's very early. So I know.
3 degrees.
Yeah, that's 3 degrees. Yeah. I know Pluto's gone over that, but nevertheless, I'm pretty sure this brother must be feeling some kind of effects probably in the last 2-3 years. There must have been a change, significant changes within your life in terms of home, work, you know, those kind of things that are just right. Things that you thought you were holding on to, it's just like things have just come along and just changed that, and you've had to either move location, move work, and things of that nature. Capricorn is to do with our structural environment, monetary. So this is why all your banks are all going bust. The oil companies, they're raising up the prices. You see these adverts on TV now. If you've got any gold, any spare gold, send it in and we give you the cash. Because they're looking to, this is the true wealth. Don't worry about this paper money that's flying around. Because that's not worth nothing. They want to get the gold back in. They want to get, these are the precious metals and gems that still hold their value. They're the only thing that holds their value. And even though the value of it may go up and down, the energy of the gold still remains. It still stays the same regardless. Whether you melt it down, goes solid, it's really good. So all these adverts are now coming on TV now. Yeah, send in your gold, your bits and pieces. Don't send them nothing. I'll tell you that now. Hold on to your gold, and whatever gold you can buy it and store it wherever. The difficulty is you store too much of it. You don't want no thugs coming up to your house. But that don't matter. Because you got protection right there. As simple as you may. I'd rather have one of this on my front door than a burglar alarm. You see. So what I'm saying is that it's big shifts in consciousness. are now changing. So it's very important that we start looking at our children, looking at their date of birth, seeing, because I'm seeing some real powerful children coming into our time. I'm talking geniuses. You see, and if we just carry on with that mindset that seems to be dormant, that we've had for the last 2,000 years, you see, we're coming at that age, everyone's talking about the age of Pisces going into the age of Aquarius. Well, the age of Aquarius is pretty much here. I mean, we're pretty much still in the age of Pisces, don't get me wrong, but we're at those last degrees. And we're looking forward to the age of Aquarius now. New inventions, new technology ideas, the higher mind is now coming to play. So it's very, very important that we start watching the heavens, because the heavens are just a reflection of what's within. For the sisters, I always stress, always keep your eye on the moon. Because the moon is the Earth's satellite, and it's the closest body to us. It's feminine, it's representation of the Great Mother. Your period, your menstrual cycle is based on the cycle of the moon, the 28 days. It's supposed to be 28 days. Some sisters don't have it every 28 days, sometimes they have it sooner, some have it later. That means that there's an imbalance. By rights, it should be every 28 days. So keep your eyes on the moon, very, very important. I watch it like clockwork. My queen, I watch her because she's got moon, she's born with moon in Cancer, and I watch her because I know when she's going to get sensitive. I know when she's going to kick off. I know. I'm packing my bags already. I know, I'm packing my bags because I know any little thing, she's going to kick off. That's her sensitive time. You see, and a lot of brothers, again, we don't understand and understand some of these things. Oh, what's wrong with you, man? Why are you acting all like that and getting all sensitive? And not knowing that there's energies at work, sensitive energies, you see, that we need to start, we need to start realizing what these sensitive energies, what they really represent. Oh, someone's angry. Hope it's not with me. So we're in that day and time now. Things are erupting. We see the students now taken to the streets. This is just only the beginning. It's brewing. It's brewing. It's, give it a few more years. It's brewing, but something's there in the air and it's coming. It's coming. It's coming, and it's really going to kick off. We ain't seen nothing yet. Yes. But people are saying, "Oh, I say, you ain't seen nothing yet." At the moment, this is a joke. Especially over here, because we've had it easy.
Come on.
And we've got really complacent.
Come on.
You see, I said, we ain't seen nothing yet.
Absolutely.
And the thing is the students that are taken to the street, they're not even these ones from the so-called rough neighborhood area. We're talking like rich folks. You know what I'm trying? They're from the suburbs, and they're putting on, and they're taken to the streets and say, we're not having that. Trashing police cars, and they did another one today. Apparently they said it wasn't as worse, but they took to the streets again today. So it's going to go on. Something is there brewing. Something's there, it's in the ethos, and it's about, so you have to know, based on your own individual astrology chart, what it is that you as an individual need to be doing. Again, people are coming to me, oh, what should we do? No, slow your horses. What do you mean, what should we do? No, what should you do? Because what you may need to do may be different from me. I've got my issues just like anybody else as well, but in different departments. You understand? So it's the individual, this is where the individual, and which is what the age of Aquarius is about anyway. Even though it's about humanity, it's about the individualization. You have to know who I am and how you relate to the collective. You see, what is your purpose? The astrology chart shows you your purpose. It's all fine. Don't worry about this pop astrology that you see in the newspapers, the magazines. That's all pop astrology. That's not touching the surface. And that's fine. If you want to use that as an entertainment, as a laugh, that's good. Yeah, I'm an Aries, so it means I'm this, I'm a Gemini, so I'm Two-Faced and all that lot. But these star signs have very, very deep, powerful, significant meanings. And they are timeless. Through your birth chart, your whole life and your whole previous lives and complexes and things that you've been subjected to are all in there. Your karma. And when I speak about karma, I'm not talking about anything bad. Because essentially speaking, there's no such thing. You see, again, we get caught up in these labels, labeling things. Oh, that's bad, that's good, that's bad, that's good. What does it mean? has a meaning, everything has a reason why things happen. You see. And you can't have one without the other. Wherever you see the negative, you see the positive. Everything, positive and negative, both work together. Masculine and feminine, hot and cold, up and down, they both work together. These are polarities. We must understand them instead of just labeling them. You see? So it's that day and time that we need to start really being aware, being conscious of what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. What work do you do? Are you happy there? If you're not happy there, why are you there?
Come on.
You understand? Why are you wasting your energy providing for some other company? And I'm not saying don't work for a company, you can work for a company, but does it have meaning to your life? Is there any meaning? Or are you just working just to pay the bills?
Like that.
And then you have to get down to what are these bills anyway? What are these bills that you're paying?
Absolutely, come on.
You understand? So we just need to start being aware. Astrology is about awareness. It's okay having a birth chart. Everybody's got a birth chart. Are you aware of what's in it? Is it conscious? Because a lot of the birth chart essentially, a lot of the time, is unconscious. And it's about bringing what's unconscious to the conscious level. And one of the main ways that you can do that is through your dreams. Start keeping a dream journal. Start drinking more water. For you people that are quite thin, I'm not having a go. For those ones that are quite thin, who have high metabolisms, you know, you're not big and slim people, you're not round like me. What tends to happen is people who are quite slim, who burn off a lot of food quite quick. They have high metabolism. They need more water. You see the people who are quite round like myself, voluptuous, those kind of people tend to retain more water. So they tend to hold more, they have access to the dream world a lot better than people who are quite slim. So if you know that you're that way inclined for a specific reason, don't get me wrong, but drink more water, that means that you need more water. You have a lot of fire. If you've got a high metabolism, that means you've got a lot of fire in you. And that's not a bad thing, that's a very, very good thing. It's needed. You see, so again, you need to drink more of this water so it helps you tap into that dream world. That's one of the secrets of tapping into the dream world, drinking water. Don't eat late at night. If it's sundown, that's it. No more food. Once the sun goes across that horizon and it's gone down, that's it. It's affecting your metabolism, that's it. Your metabolism slows down. That's why they tell you that I'll eat like a king in the morning, eat like a pauper at night, because it's all to do with the metabolism. You weigh yourself down, you go to sleep, you don't see nothing, because your body's too busy trying to break down all that food. And by the time it's finished, it's time for you to wake up in the morning, you're back at work again. So you don't get to see, try it.
That's like custard time.
No, try it. Anything after sundown, try it. If you are feeling a bit peckish at the worst, maybe a fruit. Plenty of water, just keep drinking the water and go to sleep and watch your dreams. I promise you. And keep a dream journal, keep writing everything down so that and you will see patterns. You start seeing certain dreams emerging. You start seeing symbolisms and you start to work it out in terms of what these symbols actually mean. Every time you dream this seems to happen. You see. My mother-in-law, every time she dreams of fish, somebody's pregnant in the family. But that didn't just come overnight. It's through the repetitiveness that every time I see fish, somebody pregnant. Fish, pregnant, okay. Now she put two and two together, so she knows anytime she sees the fish now, what that means. Through symbolism, because that's how the dream world speaks to you. It's not going to speak to you in a literal way. It's going to speak to you in symbolic language. So just start being aware. That's the first advice that I can advise to all of us in here, is start being aware. And then from there we can start taking it to those higher levels, which will allow us to tap into the higher dimension. You see, so it's about the awareness. Once we break out of that, which is what the matrix is all about, once we break out of that matrix, because we're locked in a system, and we need to break out of that. And sometimes it's quite of a shock. It's a shock to be able to do that at times. It's a shock to the system. but we must do it. Must wake from the sleep. Okay? So on that note, I'm going to leave you all. Thank you for your attention, and passing it back over to the brother. Yep.
We have to time down while we have him here. Can you give the details?
Give all the details.
Phone number and email address.
Okay, well, have you got your pens out? I don't see no one with their pens out, you know?
And it's in the recording, so.
I was in the recording anyway. Okay then. Number is 07943 669 879. 07943 669 879. And you can also catch me on my email is neteru, NETERU @hotmail.com. neteru@hotmail.com. And you can also find me on the Facebook if you're that way inclined. I'm on the voodoo child. Don't let that frighten you. You understand? If you don't have the understanding of the concepts of voodoo, come talk to me later and we go through it. Okay, so, oh, you see the voodoo child? Okay, you see voodoo child? That's me. So, so you can also put that in the search box if you use the Facebook, and you can find me now that manner. I'm not easy to get on the phone. People will tell you that. But this is what you do. This is the trick. Just send me a text. Hello, my name is such and such, sister such and such, brother such and such. Heard you speak. This is what the issue is. And I'll get back to you. May take 2 or 3 days. May take a week. But I'll get back to you. I see Brother Darren laughing. They're like, ooh. I spoke to Brother Darren in a couple of months. Like, but I will get back to you. So not to worry. If you don't hear nothing in about 3 or 4 days, send another text. So thanks a lot for your attention.
Teach you some good enough to drop in water.
Need the water.
Okay. So that was Brother Israel. Now we have another speaker to give you a different flavour. And this man, I'm not going to say too much. This man, I just know him as Mike, but we're going to find out a lot more right now for those who don't know. So if you can put your hands together for Mike.
Listen, everybody, I'm really privileged to come and talk at this very awesome event. I've just been speaking at another one earlier on. But just to compliment, you just know when you're in the highest vibration, don't you? What have I got here? What have I got here? We weren't even talking.
Synchronicity.
Look at that.
Exactly.
We weren't even talking, but guess what? That's what happens when you raise your level of vibration. Yeah. So I've been in the health industry for the best part of 25 years, and I've seen a lot of action. All right, and I've got a lot to package. So you need to get your pen ready. All right, do you got the pen at the ready? Because I'm going to work from the bottom upwards. Does that work for you? Yes or no? Yeah. Just quickly in my background, I started as a young boy, like this young brother here. Blessings to you. I started. I was watching my mother going through rheumatoid arthritis as a young man, and my dad with diabetes. I watched the medical model and all what they did. So I'm used to see my mother taking all these medication, my dad taking all these medication. My dad passed away when I was 12, and my mother 10 years ago. Now I remember the last few months before my mother's passing away. I remember just going on my knees and just rubbing her feet, and I'm looking at her in her eyes and saying, one day I'm going to be a naturopath. I'm going to find out the actual truth behind all what's going on here. So I don't know, like I said to her earlier on, do you remember Tyson back in the days? Or not? In the black shorts?
Yeah, of course.
Tyson used to come out in the black short and fling off his top, and what did he used to do? He get in there and he did his business, wouldn't he? Yes or no? He was, really thorough in what he was doing. So that's what I've done. I've applied myself meticulously to studying the essence of health at the highest level. So I've studied up and down the country, especially with these Caucasians, how they look at health, then I had to go a bit deeper. Then I realized a lot of stuff they were telling me was not on the track I was on. Does that make sense? So you're going on track, getting your degrees and your PhD and all the masters. Then you thought, a minute, this don't fit the model that I am. So I've had to go off the beaten track, and the stuff I've learned, you know, it's been just. When I realized the depth, watch my hand, the depth and the level of deception, which goes beyond and beyond and beyond, when I tell the average person, their head is spinning. So I have to feed them like the mother of the breast, you know, with the mother just said, take time with him, take time, just give me a little. Just give me a little. That's why with Clyde, with the stuff Clyde doing, and Israel, it's phenomenal, because now you're getting truth. And truth now is, what I say, truth now is like surgery. Let's do surgery now. Because it's surgery all the way through. Because you've got to break the sort of mindset that we've been conditioned to a new mindset. Because now, as one of the sisters said in a recent seminar, time now is of the essence. That's your problem now. The problem is your time is of the essence. Every moment of every day is critical. It might not resonate with you now, but what are you talking about? Well, let's go slowly. Shall I go slowly with you? Is that all right? Let's work. Are you with me or not?
Yeah.
Let's feel the vibration here. Okay, let's start from the bottom. And what's going on? And then we build it right up to the top, like we're making it a cake, yeah? Let's kick off with finance, right? Finance, as you know, is being orchestrated and being manipulated by those at the hierarchy, at the top there. I mean, I'm a nutritionist at the time, and I said, what am I doing talking about finance? Then I realized, hold up a minute, this is what's going on as well. So, finance, I want you to go on this website because it's very in depth, but it's going to help you immensely. One website is called Money is Debt. Money is debt. You need to write this down, please, because the information that I'm going to give you will be doable in your everyday life. I've just written off 17 grand in debt based on my own studies and good people putting information my way. I'm going to give it you now. Will you use it or not, I don't know. It's up to you. Money is debt. Money, it's true. It's true. Yeah, there you go. It's true. I give things so people can go. I'm like this. Think of a relay. You know when the brothers are running, you go, bah! Israel, give me that, I got it. Under Clyde, he's got it. That's how you're going to run now. So I'm giving you what has helped me. And it's only because, guess what? I raised my what?
Vibration.
I raised my vibration, which we'll talk about in a minute. So I'm starting at the bottom, because this one is critical. Yes or no? Because you need food on the table. But someone's getting fatter while you're getting leaner. So, money is debt. Here's another one, a brother. Because the brothers are sharing and sisters are sharing. It's like it all over the place now. Money Masters, YouTube. Watch that. Money Masters. If you're not looking into that, have a look. Because this is what people are doing around the world. Go on to, here's the book I downloaded based on this English woman who was the bailiff for knocking her door down. She said, Mike, get hold of this. It's called Free Man of the Land. Anyone privy with that? Yes. If you're privy with that, cool. You know what I'm coming at. Free Man of the Land. You can download the documentation there. Another one, TPUC. TPUC. YouTube that. Another one, The Straw Man. If you're not familiar with the straw man, get familiar with the straw man. How they're really playing you. I'm just going to work back and forward. Hello? People are getting played and they just don't know it. It's like think of it like a chess game. I love chess. Anyone play chess here? If you don't play chess. Because you're going to deal with the right brain. But I love chess, the game of chess. That's what's going on. But you don't know the rules. Here's a brother that really, when I went to see this brother lecture on what they're doing financially, my head just spin. I couldn't believe it. I said, that's too much for my head. I had to go back and come back again. Here's the website, www.Wealth Guardian Education, YouTube it. All right? Wealth Guardian Education, YouTube it and watch it for yourself. All right? So the essence of what this matrix system is going to have you to believe, you're going to be they're going to keep you in perpetual debt. So you're so much debt that you can't even fathom. When Christ's talking about stuff like that, you're going in the back end, I've got brown envelopes coming into my door. You get what I'm saying? See, we want to keep it real. So, does that make sense to everybody about the finance? Now, anybody heard of The Secret?
Yes.
Yeah? Or not? Or the law of attraction? Well, I couldn't believe it. When I did my own study again, I found out the secret behind the secret.
Right.
Anybody know the secret behind the secret? Everyone say, I know the secret. But you need a secret behind the secret? No. Well, you want to see what document? I couldn't believe it. Go serendipitously from time to time. Have you heard of the film? Acres of Diamond. Acres of Diamond. You're looking all over the place for gold, but the gold's underneath your feet. Yeah. That was me. And then I realized when I was studying yesterday, I went back and said, good God. I said, Tanja, I found the document, the secret behind the secret. This is it. Write it down. It's called The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattle. That there was how the secret was made. So if you want to get into building your wealth, you need to study this little document. Yeah?
Mine behind you.
It's called Wallace D. Wattle. W-A-T-T-L-E-S. Yeah?
No, that's cool. No, that's fine.
The science of, if you want to pass it round, just look at the title, don't look into it, guys, because there's somebody I promise.
Was that one? Was it again? Science what? Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Right, so moving on to next level now, social health. How many of us go around with a good karma? Put your hand up. A good karma, like you meet somebody and they're angry. Because I meet a lot of angry people in London these days.
Oh, yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
So somebody is very angry at you and say, let's say, oh, get out the way. But they say something really obnoxious. Do you say back the same vibration or what? When you raise your vibration, how would you react when somebody get out of the way? Or very just obnoxious in their attitude and all. How do you act to that person?
No, it's different.
Sorry?
That's very nice of you.
It depends. Princess, on this level of vibration, there's no depend. There's no sitting on the fence, you know. It depends. There's only one way. You will say, I love you.
Do you know what? Can I just tell you an example? I went to in a Tesco's, one of Tesco's little shops.
Yeah.
And there's a car park at the back, and there's a little space, and I thought, I felt really lucky I got into it. And there's a guy sat in his car next to where I just parked. And he turned around, and he said to me, he was angry, he said, no, I'm not going to get out. And I looked at him, I thought for a second, no, I couldn't have said that. And I took my time, got out the car, and I just said to him, No, what he did was he manoeuvred his car, back and forward, because he was angry, and put it back again. I went in the shop, and I came back, and I just said to him, some days are like that, you're a bit angry. And he sat in his car, and he looked and he said, And then, before I went to drive away, he ran down his window, and he just said, really, really, really kind of pitifully, sorry.
Wow. There you go. Yeah. The highest vibration will always dissipate darkness. Yeah. So when you raise your level of vibration, here's Clive will touch on this. I know Israel will touch on this. These are the things. Write this down, guys. The 12 laws of karma. You need to know the 12 laws of karma to actually replicate it in your own life, and the 12 laws of the universe. So you don't fight light with light. You just raise your highest conscious level. So you're sort of saying, well, I'm going to just replicate love every time. I walk in love, and here's the biggest one: walking in grace. It's not easy. Hear what they said to the Dalai Lama. Anybody familiar with the Dalai Lama?
Yeah, man.
Do you know what the Chinese are doing to their people? Yeah? Guess what the interviewer said? How do you feel about the Chinese killing your race of people? What would you say? What would you say? They're killing your race of people. What would you say? Hear what the brother said. I have compassion on the Chinese. What? What? That is grace at the highest level. On the highest level. They're killing these people. He said, I have compassion.
Nelson Mandela.
I was thinking about
And
it.
Nelson, Nelson Mandela as well. That's how you should walk in your own life. When I'm driving with Angela and the people are cutting us, I say, fine, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's great. That's cool, it's cool. Yeah, so that's social. 12 laws, read it and understand the laws of there's 12 universal laws and 12 laws of karma. I use it with my clients. You need to react to them. Physical. Right, how many of you exercise regularly? Put your hand up. Put your hand up. Right. How many hours in a week? I'm just going to give you based on 20 odd years of doing this. How many hours in a week? Quickly. Go on.
Oh, no, stop.
How many hours in a week? Anybody?
5, 7.
All right, so 168. How many hours a week do you work out?
I'm hearing 7, 5, 7 here over here.
3, 4,
Here's a golden
5.
rule. 5 to 8 hours a week, you need to be exercising. All right? If you're going to reach the level of vibration using yoga, tai chi, qigong, power walking, a myriad of things, you need to be looking at 5 to 8 hours a week, non-negotiable. Don't even tell me about being busy. It's non-negotiable because when you realize the chakra system is stimulating, you can help you to get to higher vibration. Does that make sense? Good. Okay, I'm going to move off. Nutrition. Yes? 80% of the food that you're eating is now chemically affected. Period. It's stale.
Non-existent.
Yeah. I'm not going to elaborate. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to wrap this up as well. The food that I could go to buy this book. This will help you out. It's the book is called lost it now. Nourishing Tradition by Sally Fallon. Big book like that. That gives you a real juicy part of what they've been doing with the food. A lot of you do know, but the food will get stale and stale and stale. People do not eat live food. You need to eat 80%. This is a good golden rule. This is 80% of your food should be raw and 20% cooked, but majority raw. Okay, cool. Okay. Right, I'm going to wind this up now. Okay, so, right, so let's just go right up to the top now. We're spiritual beings having a spiritual experience here. Yeah? We're spiritual beings, yeah? Having a unique experience. You've got to remember that. You're more spirit. Remember, on the mental side of things, they've got us thinking more left brain. We need to get back into more right brain. Now, just wrapping it up. When you are getting into right brain thinking, you are doing the most amazing thing. You're working on spontaneity. It says turn right, turn left. It does amazing. Bring that person, because you're switching in to a different hemisphere of your brain, and this is where you can really start to reach a higher level of consciousness. All right, I've got to wrap it up.
One question.
Okay.
Just one question. I hear a lot of people talk about left brain, right brain. Does it make a difference if you're left or right-handed?
Left, right?
No.
No. I mean, you want to work.
It affects it, yes, it does. Because naturally we're meant to be ambidextrous.
I see, both sides, yeah.
Right.
So when you're using one or the other, that means, and most people, if you notice, are right-handed, which means that they're using the left side of the brain. Yeah, so if you're left-handed, that means you're right there. Because left-handed people tend to be very more creative. You find that they're very creative, they're very artistic, which means that they're tapping into that. And it doesn't mean that right-handed people are not creative, they are, but there seems to be glitches.
Right hand was really forced on enough.
Yeah.
You're actually forced to be right-handed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Any more questions before we go?
Right-handed. Yeah, I mean it's cool. Wake up the left. Try and do things with the
Okay, if you want contact detail, it's funny what you were saying. Whoops, Daisy. My telephone number is 077.
What's your name?
Michael Reed. Yeah. 077 354 16047. Yeah. I prefer a text as well. Text is good. I prefer text because I can't be doing with all that mode. So that's 077 354 16047. Email address mike.larry mike.larry and number 7 at yahoo.co.uk. So mike.larry 7 at yahoo.co.uk. And you can, if I do medical testing, if you want to go on the website and have a look, it's called Genova Diagnostics. So GENOVA Diagnostic, DIAGNOSTIC, diagnostic. All right. So yeah, if you've got anyone who's got health issues.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that was powerful. How's everybody feeling? All right? Okay. That was a lot of information. Yeah, that was an information highway we was just on there. All right. So what we can do is we take another energy break. But what I'd like to say first is we just like to just find out who's who with the stalls. Food by Abana Kitchen. Can you raise your hand so we can see? Abana. All right. Abana. Respect. Okay. So there's still more delightful food there ready, and we've got yummy candles and greeting cards by Soon. Yeah? Okay. And we forgot, forgive me if I don't get this right. Abank Rehem Aka Sayom. Sayom will be the facilitator of this energy break. He's going to be using the tuning ping fork. So if anybody wants to get more resonated than they are now, just check him out on the break, yeah? And we have Rosanna. Everybody must know Rosanna. Muata Books. Yes. Over this corner here, there's a wide selection of books. What's not there, she'll have at the shop. So if anybody wants to speak to Rosanna, please raise your hand. Should be here. Okay. And there's DVDs by Ancient Future Darren. All right, the man himself, the center. So we're going to close down and open up for another energy break. So if you can all just give yourselves one nice clap, please. See you on the other side. 10 minutes.